Here's how to set up Adobe Premiere for a hand-drawn animation. Premiere's already running, so we're just going to create a new project and give it a name. Click on Browse and make sure that it is going to the tech folder in the folder for this course under your name. I already have my folder here for this bouncing ball animation, so I'll use that and go select folder. Then I'll press OK. And before I import my pictures, we're going to go and change the preferences. So under Preferences, go to Timeline. Currently, if you import the pictures, each one is going to show up on the screen for 5 seconds. That's not fast enough for us to see our animation. It'll look more like a slideshow. So change your seconds to frames, and we're going to use a technique called shooting on twos. So each picture is going to appear for 2 frames. So I'll press OK. And now we're ready to import some pictures. So I can either double click in this window, or I can go File, Import, and then find my pictures. I haven't actually taken any pictures, so I'm going to borrow pictures from another student. Thanks, Riley. And I'm just going to shift click the first picture. So click on it once, hold shift, scroll down to the bottom, and grab the last, and then open. So all the pictures appear here. I want to see this in a list view, because with a list view, I can sort the files by name. And if you look here, they are in numerical order. Again, we can click on the first picture, hold shift, and then scroll down while holding shift and click on the last picture. They'll all be highlighted. You can let go of shift, and now you're going to grab from the little icon here and drag these over onto the timeline. If I grab the playhead and I move along, or scrub, we can see the pictures are in the right order and the animation works. If I press the space bar, I can play. So once you drag those pictures over, Premiere creates what's called a sequence. And right now the frame rate of the sequence is 29 frames per second. Traditionally an animation is 24, so this is really easy to change. With the sequence selected, go to Sequence, Sequence Settings, and change it to 24 frames per second. You might notice the animation plays a little bit slower now. Other things you can do if you want to crop the image, we can do some scaling to remove things like the rings on the binder. The way it's set up right now, you'd have to do each picture individually. However, if you right-click on this sequence and you create a new sequence from it, everything is combined. And now if I select this and I go to Effect Controls, open up Motion, I can increase the scale by clicking and dragging on this number. So I've eliminated the rings, and now if I go to the end, I'll make sure I can still see the ball in its last frame. If I couldn't, I could click on Motion here, and you can see where I've scaled this. There's a bounding box and there's an anchor point, and I can click and drag and I can move this around. to make sure that we can see everything in the animation. Should be able to zoom out here a little bit as well. So if I go out to 10%, that's as far as it's going to let me go. I can see a little bit more of what I'm working with here. If you want to make any adjustments, like maybe extend the last frame, you just go to the first sequence, this one right here, the original. And if I zoom into this area, I could extend that last frame just by going to the edge and dragging. So if we just want to see the ball resting for a little bit longer at the end of the animation, you can do that. Now we save the project. So that's how you set up Premiere for a hand-drawn animation.